Welcome back to BTL Productions. So, today is the eve of the meeting between Donald Trump and newly elected Prime Minister Mark Carney. What will they talk about? What will come out of this meeting? It's everyone's guess, but I'm going to talk about that when we come back after we roll the intro. Welcome back, guys. So, Mark Carney, the newly elected Prime Minister in Canada, is about to make his first trip officially as Prime Minister to the U.S. to discuss tariffs with Donald Trump. Undoubtedly, there will be other things they'll talk about too, but I'm pretty sure that tariffs are going to be number one on the list. Even though I was just watching a news broadcast and apparently Donald Trump doesn't know what Mark Carney wants to talk about. I'm like, you don't know what he wants to talk about?
Stop the cap.
Yeah. Come on. Really? I don't know. He just likes to get attention. Anyhow. So, first of all, I think that auto tariffs are going to be big on the list. Do I think a deal will be reached? No. Will the groundwork be laid for a deal? Hopefully. I think it will. You see Donald Trump going around the world talking about making deals with other countries that he imposed tariffs on. So I can't believe that he isn't going to come up with something from this meeting. Like, I really think there's something that's going to happen there. So we shall see. It's going to be a pretty substantial meeting. There is going to be a number of representatives from both sides. It's apparently supposed to be a fairly lengthy meeting. And, I'm going to roll a clip here from CBC News in Canada and kind of.
As I've stressed repeatedly, our old relationship, based on steadily increasing integration, is over. The questions now are how our nations will cooperate in the future and where we in Canada will move on.
Prime Minister Mark Carney there set to meet with President Trump in Washington on Tuesday to talk about trade and a future security relationship. Carney says he expects difficult but constructive conversations. So what more can we expect out of that?
Very nice, and I congratulated him. He had a victory. It's a very close victory. It's, there's no majority or anything, so that's going to make things a little bit difficult, I think, for him to run. But he nevertheless had a victory, and he's a very nice man, I think.
Do you plan to talk to him about making Canada a 51st state?
He wants to come and see me. He's going to come this week or next week.
So will you talk to him about making Canada a 51st state, annexing Canada?
I'll always talk about that. You know why? We subsidize Canada to the tune of $200 billion a year.
That was the president just this morning on NBC's Meet the Press talking about his phone call with Prime Minister Mark Carney and his meeting on this Tuesday and the president's ongoing desire to, he says, see the Canada become the 51st state. Trump's plummet, though, hitting a record low for the first 100 days, in part due to his trade war and his budget cuts. And that's where we will start on our American Roundtable this week.
Okay, guys. So, as they say, time is ticking on the 90-day pause that was allowed on some of the tariffs. So a deal is going to need to be made here. What factors are we going to need to make a deal? Well, number one, it's going to have to be beneficial for both sides. And because Canada and the U.S. has worked very amicably before, I don't see it being a problem to eventually come up with something that's beneficial for both sides. So tariffs are going to be a number one thing, specifically auto tariffs will be up there. I'm sure the defense spending is going to come into the mix as well. It's something that Donald Trump is very concerned about as well. He throws out a lot of numbers there and what they use to support Canada and whatnot. And his $200 billion, from what I've seen, is vastly exaggerated. They need Canada's minerals, though, too. There is over 24 minerals in Canada that they need from Canada. So although Canada does need things from them, too, it works both ways. So another factor, I don't know, this is just another factor I think that will play into this, as we've seen here, is that Donald Trump's approval ratings in his first 100 days has tanked. And I think coming up with deals with countries of the likes of Canada and other countries would be a very good way for him to get back some of the losses in these approval numbers. So, I mean, his base still loves what he does, and they're very supportive. And I'm not totally against everything he does either. And I understand what he's trying to do in bringing industry to the U.S. I can appreciate that as well. But he's gone too far, in my opinion. I think he needs to dial back a bit here and work together. So, and I think he will. Trump says a lot of things. He likes to get attention. And just saying outrageous things in the media is just one of the ways he gets attention from people. It's free media attention. I mean, he's done that all the way back to 2016 in his first election run. And it worked. Media fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. And it's certainly cut down on his advertising spending. He would say something outrageous, and, well, guess what? He's all over the evening news, all over the internet, all over social media. People clipping his stuff left, right, and center. So, yeah. It's just his style. And he seems to like the new prime minister as well. It's just odd because they are from different parties. Although I may be wrong, but from what I've seen from the new prime minister in Canada, he's a lot more centrist than Trudeau. Trudeau is very left-wing. Although I don't think he started out that way, he certainly ended up that way. And that's part of what pushed him out of office. Mark Carney, I think, saw a lot of errors that Trudeau made and has brought himself more to the center. Take the best from the left, the best from the right, put them together in one party. And I think it would be, because he's a centrist, it would be easier to work together with Donald Trump. I think they understand each other better because they're both businessmen. They both also have business contacts and political contacts around the world, both. And I think when someone has connections and someone has a network, that's somebody Donald Trump is going to respect. So we shall see. We'll see what happens with the meeting. I'll be sure to cover that for you guys after it's said and done and let you know what I think. Anyhow, for now, that's my view from behind the wheel. Look forward to seeing you guys in the next video, and have yourselves a great day.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a